Welcome again to part two of Cold Lime in Cambodia. I hope you guys enjoyed the first installment. I'm really sorry, my apologies. It was bloody long, I know. It was bloody long. Sorry. When you just reminisce on about the good old times, it just passes you by and all of a sudden you look at the time and it's like 40 minutes in. So yeah, I'll try and keep this one a bit short. So I'm sorry again, but yeah, let me get down to it. So yeah, I mean the first night it was alright, but I was let down by that incident. But I ended the segment of part two saying that I slept like a baby, a crying baby. But I added it was a crying baby, and it was crying because I had a rough sleep. What you expect when you have blue balls, eh? So yeah, I had a rough sleep. Couldn't really. I kept like waking up in the middle of the night, well, in the middle of the day, and then going back to sleep. But eventually, I managed to awaken myself, and yeah, I think I recall it being like 11 something, and I knew it was like I think breakfast time, and I knew like when it gets to 12, like you might as well wave the breakfast goodbye. So my hotel included breakfast, all for $20. It's pretty cheap. Indochin two, I believe the hotel name Indochin two. Pretty cheap, $20 a night, breakfast included, standard, nothing, no fancy gadgets. Yeah, it looked a bit old, looked like it's been for a while, a few centuries, but it's there. It's what you need. You're not going there to stay in a resort with your family, are you? You're going there to just need a nice place to just get a nip when you're feeling a bit drowsy. So yeah, I went down the stairs. I spoke to the receptionist at the hotel, and I said, "Hey, mate, bloody hungry here. Is there a chance I can catch a breakfast?" And he said, "Yeah, well, it's just gotta close soon, so you better head on. Breakfast is just next door." And what it turns out is the hotel I'm staying at, the Indochin Hotel 2, next door from it, it's like a little cafe slash restaurant, and the hotel owns that. So basically, they accommodate their guests next door to have breakfast there. So I just went off next door. I was able to use the Wi-Fi there too, so I was just playing around on my phone, catching up with emails with my friends and families. And mate, when I say basic, it was basic. No buffet. The breakfast was basic. I mean, no frills. I guess $20. I mean, what you expect? No frills. So I just ordered a little. What did I order? Toast and eggs. Toast and eggs. It wasn't much of a selection too. Toast and egg and orange juice. And the orange juice, I don't know, mate. Orange juice tasted a bit suspect, but I'm not gonna question it. I think it wasn't bad, but it was just that taste where you don't expect. I don't know if it's because I was purchasing it in Cambodia or was it, I don't know, but it was suspect. I just remember a suspectful taste, if that's even such a word. Suspectful taste, and the eggs was basic, really, a bit dry, but hey, man, $20. What you expect, eh? So yeah, I had the breakfast. I was exchanging small talk. No, I just felt like the restaurant was really good because the restaurant slash cafe was really good because it was like what, coming up to 12. It was decent weather outside. Sun was shining. It wasn't too humid. So it was nice to sit outside and kind of watch everything pass by. Go by, and that's one of I love like just like observing things. Even when I was in the Philippines in Angela City, I remember there was in what's that bloody road called? In Street Ave, there was that famous place. I forgot the name. Lads, you know it. You Philippine Angeles holics. There's that place where people just sit out. It's like a restaurant, but you can sit out and you can just watch everything go by. And that's like a row of like just tables, and you can just watch everything go by. And that's another thing. I just like having a beer and just watching the nightlife and the day unfold. So yeah, I was just decided to order another orange juice, even though it was questionable. The taste was questionable, and I was just watching everything go by. I'm intoxicated with alcohol, and I'm sweating. I'm trying to get the toxins out, and I'm just there watching everything pass by. Then I saw a little German mongrel, older chap, well, older than me. He was pretty much done with his missus. So he sat next to me and I said, all right, yeah, how's it going? And he spoke really good English. He told me he used to live in England and everything. So I was just catching up with him and he's telling me he's got a bird over here and stuff, and he flies here whenever he can, when he can get some time off work and such. So that was pretty nice. So yeah, I was talking to him, exchanging a bit of a chinwag with him, conversating, you know what. And then we were greeted with another French, oh, not another one, but a French character passing by, and he asked if we can sit down on our table. We said, yeah, sure. And then there you go, we're just there, three of us, exchanging dialogue. And we were just talking. French guy, it was a bit creepy. I don't know, he just had tendencies to be a bit of a weirdo. But I'm sure he's a lovely chap. It's just that he was a bit weird, He wasn't much for words, You ask him a question, he'll be like, like, oh, so how are you finding Cambodia? I don't know if his English proficiency wasn't quite there. I don't know, mate. But yeah, he just seemed a bit weird. Bit weird. He had hair like Screech from Saved by the Bell. Older chap, I think he had a mustache. Very marg, very very slim. He was weird. He was a weird character. So yeah, he went off, and then the German bloke was like, "Oh, he's a bit creepy." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't know what's going into him." So yeah, there we were, the three of us just sitting down, exchanging conversations and such. And wow, there was this tuk-tuk driver, and he was accommodating a Canadian guy, And this Canadian guy looked like, I was sat down, but I can see like they're really loud. Like a tuk-tuk driver arrived, dropping off a Canadian guy, and the Canadian guy was just talking to the tuk-tuk driver, all loud, like, kind of like these typical Americans, not taken away from Americans, but you know how they are. They always want to be the loudest person in the room. So yeah, they were just really loud and talking and having a good time. The Canadian, the Canadian bloke with the tuk-tuk driver. And this Canadian bloke, honestly, he looked like a typical Bob, like overweight, Hawaiian shirts, grey hair, rugged, not beard, but like rugged, sweaty, sandals, jeans. Was it jeans? Yeah, I'm sure he had jeans on. I mean, not jeans, but like kind of like track pants, but not quite. Like, it was really weird. But this is something I like. I like characters, and I'm by myself. I like traveling by myself because I like meeting people when I'm traveling. When you're usually traveling with a group, you have to stick to the group. So what the group, and it's kind of like, and you kind of have to follow the Simon says, follow the leader kind of syndrome, where you have to do everything the general consensus is what the majority of the people in the group want to do. You go and do it, and it's like, you have to then rely on other people, make sure other people are all right. You can't even go out and venture off and do your own thing. So that was always puzzled me, and that was always made me a bit wary and I always I wasn't really a fan of traveling in groups. So yeah, and precisely that. If I was in a group, I might have not approached the Canadian guy. But I saw a really nice bloke, looked like a nice bloke, having a good time. He's on holiday. He's like talking around. Like, you don't see too many foreigners talking to these tuk-tuk drivers. That's the thing. It's normally, hey, give me this. Okay, bye-bye, boom. Whereas him, he was just stood by there and talking to the tuk-tuk driver, having a laugh. Everyone can see, having a good time. And I thought, you know what? Let me go up to this lovely chap and let me introduce myself and let's see what happens. And that's precisely what I did. I scouted him out. I thought, hey, he knows what he's doing, so let me go and see what's going on. Yeah, and that bloke, the typical Bob geezer. I don't know, mate. It's just something about him that just he just seemed like a nice bloke to just come up and talk to. So, I approached him. I said, "All right, mate, how's it going?" Of course, I finished my orange juice by this period. But yeah, I went up to him. I said, "All right, how's it going?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Da 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 da. And he just seemed jolly. And I was just like, "Mate, you seem like you've been here a while. Like, you've been coming here regularly." He's like, "Yeah, I have, I have." I'm like, "Mate, help me out then. Like, I don't know what's going on and stuff like that. What are you doing now?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting some time and I'm planning to go to the Russian market." And for those of you who don't know, Russian market is like the biggest market you can go to in Phnom Penh. It's ridiculously cheap. It has a wide selection of clothes to vases to antiques to whatever you want. It's this everything's there. It's the place to go. If you're in Phnom Penh, make sure you check out the Russian market. I mean, I don't know why they call it the Russian market. It's you guys' jobs to dig into the dictionary and the history books and go from there. But anyway, yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm that's my tuk tuk driver. He's a good friend of mine. We're about to go to the Russian market." I said, "Oh, all right, that sounds all right." And I said, "Look, I don't suppose I can tag along. I've heard a lot about this Russian market, but I haven't had the privilege to go myself. Don't suppose I can tag along?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So I've found myself just pretty much hitchhiking, just jumping and rolling around with this Canadian bloke, just typical Bob. And yeah, during the way to the Russian market, we were just talking about general things. We were exchanging small talk, and he was just telling me about his experiences, how he's got a girlfriend in in Cambodia and in Phnom Penh, and he's invested in a farm for his girlfriend, and how he always like goes back and forth from Canada to Phnom Penh whenever he can, basically. And yeah, it was really good, and then he was just talking to me about general things, how Phnom Penh has changed a lot and stuff like that, recommending me to go to the killing fields and stuff like that. So it was very intriguing, gentlemen. So I went to Phnom Penh, sorry, I went to the to Russian market, and it was pretty good, good pricing. And what happens really? What happens is you find a lot of designer brands there, and they are genuine stuff, because they all have the factories there, the big factories there. The Burberrys, the Gaps, the but the thing is, it's because labor's so cheap there that what employers do is they put a lot of things on a site, because again, clothes is nothing to them. They care more about money. Money is the end result. So it's not about what happens is these factory workers, they just put the stuff, they make these things, but then they put some stuff on the site to then sell in the Russian market. And again, it's about the moolah, it's about the money, it's about the moolah, it's about the dinero. They don't care about designer clothes. They care about more of the money to kind of help support their families and stuff like that. So yeah, you find a lot of good, cool designer stuff, and I just made bloody bargain hunter, mate. I was running around buying this and that, but mate, you have to negotiate. Everyone, don't just go in there and think, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this." Now, never say yes to the first price or the second price. And if you have to make that. You have to try and implement the walk away strategy when you pretend nope, it's too much, and you pretend you're just about wandering out, and then you come back and seal the deal. So yeah, I've done that a few times, and it worked in my favor, thankfully. So yeah, it was really good. The Russian market, I definitely recommend it to anyone that's traveling to Phnom Penh. Make sure you at least go to the Russian market. So yeah, and I was just like buying random stuff and general things, whereas the Canadian bloke, he was more looking at antiques and stuff, and in like ornaments and artifacts and stuff like that. And he told me he has a little business himself doing exporting. Basically, buys these nice antiques from Phnom Penh. These usually Buddhist antiques, and he sells it off. He takes them to Canada, and then sells it there. And he says he gets a shitload of money there. So that's another method of income, I guess. Extra income coming in. So yeah, he does good and stuff. So he was doing his little business on the side. Plus, he was buying some more Hawaiian shirts. That was his thing. Oh, what a guy! He's a lovely chap. But yeah, it was really good. So sorry, blokes. I don't want to just go into the mongering scene. I want to try and give you all like a vision. I want you to kind of imagine you're there, just to kind of get a sense, especially those that haven't been to Cambodia, because I know there's negative connotations. The image that comes when you hear of Cambodia, you always think of like the genocide, the trafficking, the child grooming, and stuff like that. That's in the past. The country is growing now. It's developing very, very quickly. So yeah, it's nothing how it was before. Even when I used to live in Thailand a few years ago, I heard the same horror stories, and the Thais told me don't go Cambodia. It's very dangerous. If you're gonna go there, go near the Thai border. Stay near the Thai border. Don't go venture off in Phnom Penh or Sinakville or Snooki. Let me call it Snooki for now. But yeah, Sinakville or something like that. Yeah. So I heard the same horror stories too, but it's nothing like how it was. And again, if you're talking about robberies, petty crime, life-threatening situations, mate, happens everywhere. Natural disasters, mate. If it's your time on the clock, it's your time on the clock. Nothing we can do about it. All right. The only thing you can do is go on and just live your life, mate. Instead of just being all reserved and timid and you don't want that, mate. You just go out there and live your life, mate. So yeah, I went over there and it was great. And after we went back to the hotel when we were all done with the shopping and stuff, and I was chatting to him and he's like, mate, like when we were coming back to the hotel, he pointed out a bar and he said, make sure you get to this bar. This bar's called the nickname's a secret bar, and this bar, before you can get blows in there and stuff like that, like short term rooms and stuff like that at the top. But he said it ain't anymore, and the bar was called Saisi, and it's spelled CYCEE, and it's AKA secret bar. Because not many people, but supposed to everything what happens in the bar stays in the bar, or what happens outside the bar in the short time rooms across the road from the bar, then it stays there. And yeah, apparently they used to like customers could go there and get their business done, but with crackdowns and police bribes, and they had to kind of like stop doing that. And instead what happens is you get a girl over there, and then you just go next door and you pay a $5 charge for like a short time in a hotel, and you handle your business. And apparently what made this bar unique was the girls. They're very willing, because Cambodian girls, they have that stigma for being very conservatives, unlike their Thai counterparts and the Filipinos. But no, like this bar apparently had some wildlings. Game of Thrones. Some wildlings. Some naughty little girls there. And when I say little, I don't mean bloody toddlers, or I mean like good conditioned, good mileage, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds. You can find some good Easter eggs over there. So yeah, so he said, don't worry, let's not go in there now. Let's go back to the hotel and then let's rest for a bit. And he told me he needed to rest for a bit, and then let's go out properly at night time and then carry our business. So I said, all right, that's all right. I can handle that. All right, mate. And yeah, we went back to the hotel room, and what happened was we stationed the tuk-tuk, and then we just ended up just having a general conversation. It took for like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just talking about life experiences, traveling, and sharing each other's thoughts on like the world and like objectives, talking about business, general things. It was really good. It was really good. So and he said, "All right, let me go in my hotel room and rest for a bit, and then we'll go out later on and let's get some energy up. And let's rest and get our energy levels up." I said, "All right, that's cool. That sounds good to me." So we went back, and before we went back, he asked me, "Do you have a phone?" I said, "Nah." He goes, "Mate, you're gonna need a phone. If you're in Cambodia longer than one day, you need a bloody phone." So he took me to what's, I don't know what the shop's called. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You just see one of them like SIM card or phone cards, you know it's there. So it's all around Phnom Penh. So it's not hard to find, but I recommend anyone get a phone. It helps, especially when you're trying to like cut out the middleman. You know, you go to a bar, you see a pretty girl. What's your name? What's your number? What time do you get off work? Go from there. Or sometimes what happens is they'll call you. So for example, because at the end of the day, I'll tell you now, guys, it's not even about the business, you know. It's just about the comfort levels. You know, when some of these women or girls, you know, where they live, where they have to sleep, just the struggle, mate. It's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And when they find themselves in a position where they meet a nice chap, nice gentleman, great accommodation, clean, nice shower, nice hot shower, you know, nice meal, nice breakfast. It goes a long way. Honestly, mate, it goes a long, long way. You know, and some of them, they won't even want to leave. They'll even ask you, "Can I come back again?" And you know what? I had this. And in Thailand, I remember taking girls out. I'm sorry to digress, but I have to, you know, just give you my opinion on things. When I was in Thailand, I remember negotiating prices with women because at the end of the day, they don't know you and you don't know them. You can speak for God knows how many hours in that moment, that first encounter with them. You can speak 10 hours, 20 hours. They'll still think you're a sex mongerer because you're in the red light district or you're just a foreigner. And it's just a negative connotation and the stigma they have on foreigners. They come here to abuse us, to shag around and wave their money, and then they F off back to their country. Or they eat, sleep, rave, repeat. You know, it is what it is. But when they do like get to know you and they understand you and they know who you are, then mate, I tell you now, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. I remember meeting women in Pattaya, and I just, I spoke to them a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, do you want to go back to mine? Okay, how much? Da, 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 da. Okay, but then I remember like they come back to my hotel, and I'm like just playing with them. You know, we're talking, we're flirty. You ain't just bye bye. You know, we're building things up. You know, and this is what it is. It's about making them feel comfortable. And when you show them that you aren't just a penis, you know, you can be a nice, funny, interesting, laughable, genuine character. You know, they kind of warm up to you. And these girls, a lot of them, yes, they're very poorly educated and stuff, but mate, honestly, they're very street smart. They're very street smart, and they can know your game just by looking at you. They can kind of 60% know your game, you know. So when they're gonna judge you. You can speak any way you want, spit the best game as some call it. They will judge you. So it's just for me, it's no point. You know, it's no point trying to sell a pitch to get the price cheaper. It is what it is. It's up to them when they spend more time with you for them to then develop a clearer picture of what you're all about. So back to the topic. Well, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? So yeah, he said you have to get a phone. So he got me a phone, bang bang, and he said, yeah, it's great to keep in contact with you and stuff. And it was really good because what I found during, like, I'm sorry, Easter eggs, but what I found in my trip was that a lot of the girls, they'll call you. The girls you've been with, they'll call you to see you again. But again, you're a Mongora, and you know you're there for a limited time, so time is money, and time is pussy. Pussy is time, and sometimes when you're on a tight schedule, you want to kind of squeeze in as much pussies as you can. So it is what it is. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Sorry, sir. So yeah, I got the phone. Was equipped. How much did the phone cost? $15, $10, something like that. Along the little burner phone, throwaway phone, shitty phone. But yeah, he done the business, and it's weird because on the phones, apparently, when Calera in Cambodia, you have to speak from the back. Like the shitty phones, you have to turn it around and you have to speak through the back, or something like that. It's very weird. But yeah, got one of the phones. Headed back to my hotel room, and I don't know what I was doing there. I guess I was just trying to fall asleep, but I just found myself catching up with family, friends, small talk with girlfriends back where I was staying in Japan, and before you know it, I don't know. I just couldn't rest, mate. I was very pumped up. And remember, the night before, I had a shitty night. Blue balls. So I was desperate to just make up everything. And what time was this? This was maybe 4 p.m. I found myself knocking at that guy's hotel door because he was staying in my hotel. I went and knocked in his hotel room. I had to. I wanted to go out. Come on. I'm on holiday, man. Come on. I was knocking on his door. Oh, come on. Are you ready, mate? I'm bloody ready. Come on, let's go. He's like, yeah, all right. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, fucking 10 minutes. But, it is what it is. So, yeah. Well, next thing I was in the tuk-tuk with him, and we were heading to the Sari bar. Why not start on the high, eh? So he went to the Sari, or whatever it's bloody called, SYCEE. Google it. So, went over there and mate, it's near Sharky's bar. It's near Sharky. Oh, what did we do actually? No. It's near Sharky's. The place is near Sharky's. So we ended up going there, and it's near Sharky's. I remember going past Sharky's, and I was like, oh, Sharky's there. And Sharky's like a really, really great place. Well, it was a really, really great place. Good reputation, and yeah, it's just one of these places where you have to go. If you're in Phnom Penh and you don't go past Sharky's, I don't know where you are. It's just one of these places to tick off your bucket list when you're in Phnom Penh. So we went to that Saisi or whatever it's called. I'm just gonna call it Sari for today, or Saisi. And mate, it wasn't the biggest place, but mate, the way these bloody birds just jump on you, bloody hell, gorgeous. Oh, honestly, I mean, just being back home, you go to a local boozer, aka pub to my American friends. Go to a local boozer, and you don't get no reception, nothing. You're only accompanied by your shadow. That's about it. But over there, mate, girls just jump on you like you're the queen, you're the king's jewels or the queen's jewels. I mean, you're Jack the Lad, dog's bollocks. Oh my gosh. I just found myself surrounded by beauties. I thought I was bloody David Beckham a minute ago. I mean, he's got these beautiful girls, all shapes and sizes, light, dark, Mauritian looking, everything you bloody can't. You got a rainbow going on there. Because you know, Thailand, they have Vietnamese, a lot of Vietnamese population. So you got a lot of women with different tans and different tones and and then etc. etc. I just found myself in a position where girls were just fighting how many bloody birds they can stick their hands down my pants. And the way, I'll tell you what, mate, this is a word, look. The way they were very, very bloody erotic and sexy. You know, it's not about a bird just, oh, okay, oh, you know, grabbing your whatsits and it's just shaking it about as if it's a bloody what? As if it's a bloody dice game, you know. No, these girls are very subtle, smooth, and the way they won't even like they won't even talk about it. They're so innocent too. So it's not just like, oh my god, let me make it big. Oh, it's getting bigger. None of that rubbish. They're like looking at you in your eyes, and I got like 5 or 4 birds with their hands stuck down my pants, right? And obviously the other Bob geezer, my Canadian friends there, but I'm not paying him bloody attention. I'm more some of my birds here. Hey. So they're like got their hands down your pants and they're bloody stroking it, right? So smoothly and whatever. And it's looking at you at the same time and they're asking you general questions. So they're like smoothing it out. And they're like, so what's your name? Where are you from? Oh, really? Oh, how long are you here for? Have you been here before? No, okay. Are you sure? Oh, who do you like? What girl do you like? Oh, you like her? You like me? You know, I'm very good for you. And they're just like talk. They're not even mentioning that they're playing with your bloody whatsits. They're just bloody doing their thing. And I just love that. I was just like, whoa. From that moment, Cambodia was sold to me. And that bar, and I like the bar as well, because the music, I mean, mate, the amount of times you go to these bloody bars and the music's just so overly loud, and it's always the same dance trance or the hip hop. I mean, okay, there's a time and a place, but sometimes you just want to okay, play music, but turn it a bit down. You know, let me talk to the women instead of having to bloody shout in a bloody ear. Let me talk to her instead of shout. Having to resort to me shouting in her ear. Let me talk to her. Let me just relax. I'm on bloody holiday, not in a bloody Jungle Book movie. You know, it's just. I'm not sorry, but it had subtle music. And I could talk to the women easily, relax, and another thing as well, the girls didn't once ask me for lady drinks. Oh, I mean, that's another thing. Phnom Penh, great place. Lady drinks, forget about it. Extortionate. Notorious for lady drinks, but this place, sorry, not once. Same with the Philippines. Lady drinks. Oh, buy me a drink. Buy me a drink. You're talking to a woman. Oh, do you want to buy her a drink? Do you want to buy her a drink? Do you want to buy a drink? Do you want to buy a drink? It's bloody salesmen. It's like a charity fundraiser. Just, give charity to this. Oh, give that. You won't win. You know, you can't win. You know, you buy one girl a lady drink and you think it's okay. And then someone else comes because you bought you don't want to buy me a drink. And you say, no, not today. But you bought my friend a drink. You don't like me. And, for fuck's sakes. I didn't even want to swear on this bloody podcast or whatever, but it just bloody frustrates me. Some of these bloody places, I'm sorry to digress, but it has to be said. Some of these bloody places, you can't even bloody sit down and have your drink without some cunt breathing under your ear begging for your drink. Fuck's sakes. Let me have my bloody drink first, eh? Well, I'm not thirsty. I'm not honoured. What? My money on the table? What money grows on trees? Really? breaking my back for that salary and what? I'm just gonna throw it away. Oh, don't worry about me. Look, let me buy you a drink because you're more important than me, eh? Fuck off. Honestly, it winds me up so much, you know. Look, if you're gonna look, any bar owners or whatever listening to this, all right, tell your bloody, um, your candidates, right? Your bar fine candidates that if they want to impress a gentleman, smile, shut the fuck up, and let the bloke sit down. Let them grab a bloody drink, and then after, they can bloody nag him for a lady drink. Don't just nag him straight away. Oh, hello, you okay? Oh, sexy man. Oh, buy me a drink. Fuck off. Let me bloody order mine first, eh? Just bloody winds me up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, I'm going in next week again. I'm not next week, I'm low. In 4 weeks' time. So I'm really that's the worst turn off for me. I'm hoping to just walk in, sit down, look up. That's another thing. Sometimes your drink comes, you grab it. As soon as you grab it, it's like the start of the race. As soon as you grab the drink, bam, there you go. Bloody vultures start leeching off you. Let me have a sip, please. You know, I've been walking around all day. I was in the airplane last night. You know, my feet are hurting. Let me bloody have a sip. Alright? Some people don't like that. Unfortunately. Some people don't like things to go your way. Unfortunately. But honestly, mate, I was there, right? Syrie bar. Feeling like $1 million. Beautiful girls. And I have so much stuff to talk about. This is a part 2. But the night was so good, action packed, that I have to finish now. I can't even continue this on because it's too long. And last time it was very long. And if I continue going, I'll probably finish 1 hour and plus. So I think there has to be a part 2.2 for this installment, because there's just so much to say. And I'm sorry if I went on a little tantrum or a rant, but you know, I just had to say some stuff that had to be said, because you know, the line has to be drawn somewhere. Alright, cheers for listening, and stay tuned for the next installment. Cult Lime in Cambodia, part 2.2, coming soon. Cheers, eh?